matches. I screen each candidate fully and pair them with the wolf who will complement them most.
Sure, I know that.
So why did she have a look about her that said he wasn't going to like the name that spilled from her lips? All I'm saying is my matches aren't based on feeling or woo-woo or anything like that, though a little bit of woo might help us right about now.
No doubt, the full moon was fast approaching. Who, Winona? Tell me.
A long sigh passed between them before she gave him a name. Quincy. Anson blinked. He must have misheard her.
Come again?
Winona held her palms up in defense. I know what you're thinking, Anson. Quincy Mathis is not the most viable mate, but you need to let me do my job. This is what you hired me for. Anson sat forward in his chair.
Most viable? Hell, why? As far as we know, Quincy's not even fully sane. No one knows what's wrong with him. And you want to set him up with a stranger?
All the females will be strangers, Anson, she said, rolling her eyes. We set it up that way. And besides, Quincy's not bad. He's just a little strange.
Strange?
Winona had a funny way of simplifying things.
What makes you think he could be right for a lost human?
She pressed her lips together and folded her hands primly on top of the desk. What makes you think he couldn't be? She emphasized her point with one delicate raised eyebrow. Anson considered it. He'd seen worse wolves find their matches. Maybe he shouldn't be so hasty. After all, time was running out. He sat back, blowing out his frustration.
Yeah, all right. It can't hurt to try.
Winona smiled. It never hurts to give people a chance. You of all people should know that. She was right. So Quincy would be the first of the Brockdale pack to get his chance at a mate. God help them all.
Chapter 1.
Quincy Mathis leaned against the wall of the old rustic cabin that served as the Brockdale pack's headquarters. They were gathered for the big announcement, the one that would tell them who was first to get mate matched. Most everyone was salivating for their chance at a better existence, to be stronger, faster, less killable. Though it was probably more than that. He figured plenty of them wanted the connection a mate provided, someone to share life with. Quincy wanted no such thing. In fact, he would have skipped the meeting altogether except it was mandatory. He didn't see the point to all this. Anson, the alpha, wasn't mated, and he maintained some of his powers even when the full moon was high. No one knew how, but there were rumors that someone from his past gave him strength. Quincy crossed his arms over his chest. If being alone was good enough for the alpha, then it was good enough for him. That way he couldn't expose any poor female to his particular brand of crazy. He smirked, imagining the chaos that would ensue when she realized he was incapable of communicating. Hank settled beside him against the wall. Hey, Quincy. He sounded bored to be there, but Quincy knew better. Hank was itching for matehood more than any of them. Quincy waved instead of answering. You as ready for this as I am? It seems weird finding your mate this way, being set up with a perfect stranger, don't you think?
With unlike not am you wish not me again for no.
Not what I meant to say. Quincy never could make his words say what his mind wanted them to. The thought was perfectly straight in his head. Unlike you, I wish we didn't have to mate at all. But when his mouth moved to speak, it came out all jumbled and with extra words and syllables, making it impossible to get his point across. Hank nodded anyway. Yeah, I wish they'd just get it over with. The waiting is fucking with my head. One sum for till waiting or be. Maybe they're waiting for someone. Again, Hank nodded. Yeah. Just then, Anson stood, clearing his throat. Next to him, Ms. Muller looked nervous as hell. She should be. A Muller grasshopper right in the middle of a pack of Brockdales. Then again, Ms. Muller had forsaken her pod, so maybe it was wrong to think of her like that. And she was trying to help, wasn't she? Our guest is running late, Anson said, looking the slightest bit uncertain. For the first time ever, Quincy thought. So let's take some time to talk about this.